It's a pleasure to be here, not only for me, but for the whole delegation, because we think we have time today to discuss about the best way to go to a more efficient world of energy. We have some experience, and we were yesterday also in the Environment Department of Hong Kong, and we have seen that you have also a strategy, and perhaps together we can come to better results. For us, it's clear we are all going the same way to a sustainable energy future. We are at a starting point, we have some experience, but also you in Hong Kong and also you in the surroundings here in China, you know a lot. And together I think it's necessary to discuss what is the best way, what is the best strategy. Switzerland has also a reality. That's our Swiss reality. In Switzerland, we need a lot of energy for the building sector. That means between 46 and 50% of energy use is in the building sector. First of all, for our to get room heating, it's clear, but also all the other things like cold water, air conditioning, and so on and so on. The second very important part is mobility. Domestic mobility is about 30% of our energy use. And it's also clear it's a lot of fossil fuel in this sector. In the room heating sector, about 50% of our heating is also fossil. That means also here we have possibilities to reduce energy consumption and to go to renewable energies. Coming now to our long-term use, we have an energy strategy 2050. Because after Fukushima, our government decided that we should go and change something. The first thing we thought is necessary to go out of nuclear. Out of nuclear not in a third period like until 2020 or 22, but out of nuclear as much as possible. That means we accept that the existing nuclear power plant produce electricity as long as they are safe. But it's possible that in 2035, 2040, we have enough renewable energies to go on another way. So in our strategy, first of all, it's the target to increase energy efficiency, to reduce energy consumption and stabilize electricity consumption. That means it's our goal to stabilize electricity. But we all know we have new issues like e-vehicles, but also we all use more and more computers and so on and so on. The second target is to increase the proportion of renewable energy. That means we think that we have a potential in our hydropower, but also for the new renewables coming from photovoltaics, coming from wind, biomass, and geothermal sources. To have more new renewable means we need more and more intelligent grid. That means we need better networks and also we need energy storage facilities. That's very important for us. Until now, we have some hydropower possibilities to storage electricity, but perhaps in the future we need new technologies like batteries, like chemical possibilities, and so on. For that, we need research. For us, it's clear we have to promote energy research in different fields. Point number 5, we think that public sector, that means in Switzerland, confederation, cantons, and municipalities, they should have a function as a role model. They should tell to the people, show to the people that this way is possible and that we have good examples for going in that strategy forward. But then on the other side, Switzerland is not an island. So we have to intensify our international cooperation in the energy sector. First of all, with our neighbor countries, the European Union, but also in international bodies like the IEA, International Energy Agency. This is our energy strategy. We have two phases. Phase one, we are now discussing in Switzerland. Some elements are in realization, others are in discussion in Parliament. In the next session of our Parliament, we will have a first intensive discussion about the initial package of measures. And then the Parliament decided in 2013 about an energy research action plan, and also they decided in 2013 about the parliamentary initiative that gives us more money for renewable and gives also the possibility to have the chance that everyone who produces electricity from photovoltaics can use it for his own need. Then we have also a strategy in preparation for the energy grid, because we think it's necessary that we make here some new rules. These are the main pillars of our strategy, Energy 2050. And the second phase, after 2020, in this time will come out of the subsidies and will go over to a system that is more and more steering with tax systems, that we reduce energy consumption with certain incentives for one or another energy, and for other energies, fossil fuel, we will have higher taxes. What are the effects of this strategy? You see, we think that's possible to reduce our energy demand from about 800 petajoule back to 500, 600 petajoule until 2050. It's a long way, it's possible to go, but we think we should start now. And we have also the possibility to have a monitoring and to look every 4 years, the starting of a new parliamentarian legislature, that in this period we can make some correction. We can make also we have the possibility to introduce new instruments, new programs if necessary. We hope that we can reduce energy demand 1/3, but we think it's not possible to reduce electricity consumption. For that, we only have the stabilization target in this electricity sector. What are the main measures relating to energy efficiency? We have the sector building, industry and services, mobility, electrical appliances, and electricity suppliers. In all these different sectors, we are preparing different packages, and these packages are now in realization or they are in discussion in the Parliament. Looking to these building codes, we have these competencies not on federal level but on cantonal level. We think that these targets should be that these new laws should be introduced in the coming years. There is all countries together formulate now a new law, and this must be applied in every country. We think that for new buildings it could be possible to go until 2020 to the level of Minergie or of zero emission or zero energy use. And in the long term, we think it's necessary to have plus energy buildings. That means these buildings produce more energy than they use. For that, we think it's necessary to fix that new buildings, they have the requirement to heat with renewable sources and to produce electricity or to pay a compensation tax. Then it's also necessary to have application of energy efficiency measures for electricity, an obligation to replace centralized electric heating systems and boilers within 15 years. And there is also necessary to have a model role of the public authorities, supply of public buildings without fossil combustion till 2050. There were necessary conventions with large-scale consumers to reduce their energy consumption, and then it's also necessary to have a label for the building and construction sector. What is the problem today with incentives for the existing housing building sector? We have about 1.5 million buildings of a total of 4 million that need energy refurbishment. Our annual refurbishment rate is now only 1% in the energy sector, and all the other refurbishment were on a very low level. The reasons are, first of all, the investment costs, then also legal and procedural barriers, and a lack of information. It's time now to change it and to go to a higher level of refurbishment. For that, together with the cantons, we have a building program that helps with subsidies but also with informations to bring this level higher. What are the building program's main issues? We have, first of all, a new building label, and that's a necessity to get financial contribution from the building program and for ownerships transfers of building. We have an utilization ratio bonus for achievement of minimum energy standards. We have incentives to substitute fossil heating and use renewable energies in renovation. We have contribution from the building program for energy efficient new structure instead of a renovation only. We have a program to promote substitution of electric heating systems and boilers. We also want to increase federal global funding cantonal promotion program and promotion of changeover to renewable energy in the era of building renovation. The promotion of local and district heating network and connection is also part of this building program. On the other side, we all know that investments are also necessary and taxed. We hope that in the future, investments in energy efficiency and renewable energies are deductible for taxable income in the year of investment. And we also think it's necessary to have here some enlargement that not only on a yearly basis we do this, but also on a 2 or 3 year basis, so you can make bigger investments. I told you we have this building energy certificate of the canton. That's a necessity when you want to get money from this program. First of all, you have to check what the problem and what are the priorities in your building. And then afterwards, you can do what's necessary in a certain priority, and you will get money from this program. On the other side, we have also voluntary measures like the Swiss Energy Program. It will help us awareness raising, information, advisory services, training and further education, quality assurance, networking, promotion of progressive projects related to energy efficiency and the use of renewable energy. We have about 52 million Swiss francs for these new programs every year, and we think it's necessary to have the awareness and to have also all this information for the public, but also for certain groups of consumers. We come more and more to the thinking that we should be oriented, more customer related and more customer oriented. On the other side, I told you, we have to look what we can do in the industrial sector. We made big progress in the last 10 years. We can be discussing that later because we have a certain program that's called the Agency for Energy Efficiency in the Economic Sector. And we have an agreement on efficiency targets on the level of companies, but also on the level of the whole branch. We think, first of all, it's necessary to work together and to have communication and pre-competition information in the branch and inside also some communities. We are ready to make an exemption of paying the tax for feed-in tariffs if these companies reinvest at least 20% of refunded amounts in efficiency measures. And they have to bring a periodical report to the federal government. Another very interesting instrument is a tendering procedure for the industrial sector, but also utilities and municipalities. We use about 5% of the money we get from the feed-in tariffs to promote the energy and electricity efficiency. We make the implementation via auctions, and we have the possibility to find the highest possible electricity savings per Swiss francs. That means we get every year about 100 to 200 applications, offers from different players, and then we take the best and give them the money so they can really invest in electricity efficiency. We call this kilowatt, and you see here the results. In 2014, we had 22 million Swiss francs for lighting, control mechanism, compressor, air, pumps, motors, ventilator systems, and so on. And that's a real reality in energy efficiency, to give only amount of 1 or 2 cents per kilowatt hour, but then the reduction will be realized. Coming to the mobility sector, here also first of all, we are not a nation of car producers. Switzerland has no one of these big car producer companies, so we work together here very closely with the European Union. We are reducing the level of the CO2 emissions from cars to 130 grams per kilometer by 2015 and to 95 grams per kilometer 2020. We introduced also new CO2 emissions for vans. We give here standards and we fix what should be the target for the next years. On the other side, we know we have to find new solutions. For that, our Parliament gave us 202 million for the promotion of new energy research centers. We are developing now 7 new competence centers. First, 2 in the efficiency sector, 1 in the building sector, the other one in the industry sector. We work very close together also with small and medium-sized companies. Another competence center is about networks and their components. Another one, electricity and heat storage. I told you, storage is one of the main issues of our strategy. Then another one, electricity production from new renewable energy forms, for example, geothermal sources, and so on. Then we have a special program and competence center in the sector of economy, legal aspects, and behavior. We have another one, competence center mobility and environment. And we give also money for the technology transfer. That means that these new technologies, these new research results come to the market. This is our idea what should be done. That's in a nutshell what we are doing, and now I'm ready, together with my colleagues from Switzerland, to discuss with you what we can do in the future, and I hope that also Hong Kong will go in that direction. Thank you very much.